Good morning. It's time for a high five. This is High Five Monday, and I hope your Monday is going to be marvelous. On the Hebrew calendar, let me show you where we are today. Here you see it's blue. It's blue because it's a new month. Now, this month is called Cheshvan, Cheshvan, Cheshvan. And that word is not found in the Bible. It's actually called, it's the 8th month, because the months start in the spring with the month of Passover. But here's what it's called in the Bible. In 1 Kings 6:38, in the 11th year, in the month of Bul, B-U-L, there was the 8th month, the house was finished, and all of its details and according to all its plans. And so he was 7 years in building. So it took 7 years to build the temple. They're talking about the temple. So it was finished, but it could not be dedicated until Tishri, which is 11 months from then. The name Cheshvan is never used in the Bible. It's called Bul, which denotes the idea of drying up as the leaves begin to decay, suggesting a time of dryness and decay and the approach of autumn. In 1 Kings 6:38, here Solomon's temple is finished in Cheshvan, was not dedicated until the following Tishri. It's also known as Mar Cheshvan. It's classically known as Mar Cheshvan. Mar means bitter. And it's connecting that there's no feast, there's no holy days or memorial days at all in this month. This is the only month that there's no feast, no holy days, or no fast days, no memorial days. It's just really plain month. So what is this month most known for? It's the flood. It's known for the flood. And so today is the first day of the month. It began last night at sundown. And the 10th, which is the 28th of October for us, is when Noah and his family entered the ark. And then on the 17th, which is Wednesday, November 4th, and which is interesting because when we're finishing the elections on the 3rd, that is the day that the flood began, because in Israel they're eight hours ahead of us, and their days begin at evening. So at 10 o'clock in the morning, it's going to be the day that the history of the flood, the great flood, began. And so remember, it rained 40 days and 40 nights, and everybody thinks that they were in the boat 40 days and 40 nights. No, they were not. In Cheshvan 27, which is entirely 1 year and 10 days later, in 2104 BC, the floodwaters finally subsided, and Noah and his family and the animals all left the ark. Isn't that interesting? I think that's very interesting. And so there's a lot of interesting things about this month. If you haven't voted, I encourage you to vote. Ken and I are going to go vote today. We'll have our pictures taken with I voted, and we're going to legally vote. Now, there was a huge, you may not have seen it on the news because the deep state owns the media. And so, but it has been reported, there was a toll watcher that found, that was in a paid toll watcher, and he was a retired policeman, and he saw them absolutely cheating with the entire stack of driver's license. When I worked the polls the last 2 years ago and then this spring, both times I saw cheating. I saw out and outright cheating. And in fact, I heard I was in the bathroom and I heard somebody say to the other, "Have you gotten paid yet?" because a lot of people will not vote unless you pay them, and then they tell you who to vote for. So when you go to the polls, drive around the polls and start declaring that any fraud is uncovered. It's uncovered, but it's not swept under the rug again. It is brought to justice in Jesus' name. Have a great Monday. God bless you.